And invite Mrs. Marva Riley to come and share the eulogy.
Thank you so much for coming today to celebrate the life of my dear Uncle Donald. It's a celebration service. It's a happy moment, and I love this. Particularly did not want a lot of crying and mourning and all that stuff. I want to celebrate and be happy, because he's at a better place. Yeah. The life of Mr. Donald Wright, my Uncle Donald. Uncle Donald was born February 15, 1932, a season of love. He was the first child of Miss Alberta Bromwell, one of 5 children. Tony, who is deceased, Mendez, who is deceased, and his only sister Gretel, who lives in Miami. She's in her 80s and health not doing so well. I've talked to her, she's aware of what's going on. And Murray Cole, who is his only surviving brother. He lives in St. Elizabeth and he also has some health issues, so he could not be here. Uncle Donald was the father of 2 sons. His oldest son, Robert, he passed away many, many years ago. And his other son, the younger of the 2, Donald Jr., or Dasha, he also passed away a few years ago before Uncle Donald. Uncle Donald was married to my aunt, Auntie Dorna, and they adopted me at a young age. I remember when I lived in Malton with my parents, Auntie Dorna would come and she would bring pretty frock, pretty ribbon, pretty clip, pretty shoes for me all the time. And then I remember one day they came in a car, pretty car. I wasn't used to those things. And I was whisked away to live with them in Mandeville, beginning of a new chapter. Uncle Donald was married to his wife, Mrs. Dorna Wright. He told me, I've heard some numbers being thrown out, but he told me they were married for 55 years before she transitioned. And she deceased 9.5 years ago. Uncle Donald is survived by many sisters and brothers-in-law, grandson, and a granddaughter. The last 9 years or so was an opportunity for me and Uncle Donald to bond and get to know each other better. And we built many memories. But even as a child, I was his little tag-along. He had his business in Mandeville, a restaurant business for well over 40 years. And he would always be going to Mr. Mopen at the market and the Mandeville market to buy supplies. And he always dragged me along with him, almost like a little boy, you know? And he would buy me Dolly, you know, and Sweetie and things like that. He was so nice to me. You know, he showed me what love was like. There are so many awesome characteristics that Uncle Donald had that many were never exposed to. Many never saw the softer, gentler, kinder, fun side of Uncle Donald. He was a lot of fun. Very kind, as I hear other folks have said, Miss Shirley, for example, Mrs. very kind. He would give sacrificially to others. Uncle Donald was very funny and he loved to laugh and dance.
Yes.
Yes. I remember since Auntie Donna died 9.5 years ago, I've been coming more often and I would spend time with him, and on Fridays he would put his record changer on and put his old records on and he would dance. Me and him in that living room dancing. And he would take one little shot of white rum. And he would say to me, it's not good to drink too much, but a little white rum now and then, good for you. And he would dance and dance and dance and sing. I remember him, Auntie Donna, Miss Jolly, Mr. Jolly, and me tagging along with them, going to Milk River and all those places. And they would go in a nice hot bathtub of Milk River bath. And then we would stop at some other place where they sell food and they had jukebox. And he would put the coins in the jukebox and play music and dance. He really enjoyed his life. He was a savvy businessman. Uncle Donald could not read. And the only thing he could write, well, yeah, probably the only thing, was his name and numbers. You couldn't fool him with numbers. But whatever you wrote in a book or anything, he couldn't read it. But he was smart. He ran a restaurant business for over 45 years. And I remember one day, he never took anything from the restaurant without buying it from himself. And one day he said to me, when you have business, you can't just go take out the certain them out of the business and eat it. You have to buy it for yourself and pay for it. Or else the business will never come to anything. So any business sense that I have, I learned from that man that supposedly others will say was illiterate. Academically, yes. But he was savvy, he was wise. He saved out of nothing. That was Uncle Donald. Nobody spoke. Uncle Donald practiced a holistic, healthy lifestyle. Now, I'm a holistic health advocate. I'm a registered nurse almost 30 years. I've written 4 books on holistic health. I teach people how to take care of themselves so that you can live to be an Uncle Donald. But a lot of the things that I know, I learned from him without him even knowing that he was practicing holistic health. He walked everywhere. Hippocrates, who is called the father of Western medicine, stated thousands of years ago that walking is man's best medicine. And Uncle Donald walked everywhere. I remember when he was 89, I was here. We were getting ready to go to church. And I said to him, are we going to take a taxi to church? He said, taxi? No, we'll walk. I said, but Uncle, have on heels. And he said, well, you wear your flat shoes and take your heels with you in a bag. And we walk, it's about 1.5 miles from his home to Richmond. And we walk back. He ate